Welcome back, everyone. On this episode of Cooking with a Kid, we're going to make Spanish bean soup. Now, Spanish bean soup is all over this area, and being raised in Central Florida, there's a lot of Spanish influence here, a lot of Cuban influence here. Spanish bean soup is a staple just about in every Cuban sandwich shop around. So a little bit later, my wife is going to pick up from a local Cuban shop some Cubans for us to have with the Spanish bean soup on her way home from work. So in the meantime, I'm going to get the soup going. So what do we use? I'm using 2 bags of the Spanish bean soup mix. So we're going to get that going. This is not a heart-healthy soup because it has a lot of chorizo and sausage and pepperoni and ham, but it depends on how much of it you eat. But anyway, we're going to do that right now on Cooking with the Kids, Spanish bean soup. This is the recipe from a lady in our church. We've modified it somewhat, but it is good, and I'll show it to you right now. All right, everybody, for the ingredients for the soup, we're going to use Spanish bean soup dinner mix. I've got 2 of those. What we're going to do with those is we're going to open them up and put them out on a pan. Make sure there are no rocks or stones or anything in those. We're going to do them dry beans. They're actually garbanzo beans. We need some potatoes. I've got some white potatoes and also some russets. The russets tend to break down a lot more, so we're going to use white to stay solid, and then some russets to add some texture. Of course, we'll need salt and pepper, some chicken broth or chicken stock, a couple of onions, a 2-pack of chorizo sausage, a packet of mini pepperonis, some regular sausage, small link sausage, mild, and a ham steak. Now, we're going to cut all that up and mix that together. Of course, we're going to cut the onion and the potatoes up. But first, we're going to start out. We don't have to pre-soak these when you're using the Instapot. So I'll show you that right now, getting all that prepped and ready to go. Okay, I've opened up both packs of the Spanish bean soup mix, Dixie Lily Spanish bean soup mix, and inside each pack are the seasoning pack that comes with it. You want to kind of go through these just to make sure there's not any kind of foreign objects that have gotten in there, any kind of twigs or rocks or anything. Any of them that look bad, you want to pull those out. Very few times do you find anything, but it's always good to look. Everything looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a colander, I'm going to rinse them, and I'm going to put them into the pot. Okay, they are in the Instapot. Now I've peeled some potatoes. I'm going to cut those up. Like I said, the russets tend to break down a little bit more, and the white or waxy potatoes will stick together and hold their form. So I want both the consistency of the russets and also of the white potatoes. So I'm going to cut those up now and add those into the pot. Okay, I wound up leaving out a couple of those small white potatoes because I think this is going to be enough for the pot that we're cooking. So I'm going to add them, strain them, and then I'm going to add them into the Instapot. I'm going to add chicken broth and the 2 seasoning packets that came with the beans. I'm going to put that in the Instapot. I'm going to cut up these 2 onions in the food processor and add those in. If I was doing a single, this is a double pot. If I was doing a single pot, I would just use 1 onion, but I'm doubling up everything. All right, I've got them peeled. I'm going to quarter them and put them in the food processor. I have some leftover breakfast sausage. I'm going to cut those up in small pieces and put that in there. As you can see, I've cut up the sausage. I'm going to add it in. I have a ham steak. As you can see that okay. I have a ham steak. I'm going to dice that up and put it in. It's about a little over a pound. This is why I wait and do the chorizo last. You see, I've removed it from the casing. And that's not blood, that's just, it's pre-cooked like a pepperoni, but it makes a big mess when you're having to deal with it. That's a lot of flavor, garlic and other spices that are in there, and it really adds a lot of flavor, but it makes a big mess. So I'm gonna chop this up pretty fine and add it in. Okay, I'm gonna finish it up, add a little bit of salt. Those potatoes will need it. Pepper. And because we're using dry beans, I'm gonna add about 2 to 3 cups of water. Let's make it 4. All right, so there it is. I'm gonna stir it up and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all combined. All right, as you can see, I've got it somewhat combined. I'll mix it a little bit more. I'm gonna put the top on it. I'm gonna set it for meat or stew. You can either do that or soup or broth. I'm gonna put it on for about 45-50 minutes and let all of that constitute and come back together and break down all those potatoes and let those beans absorb that water and chicken stock, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, I've got it on for 50 minutes. Pressure valve is sealed. We'll let the Instant Pot do its work, and I'll show you the finished soup along with my Cuban sandwich. Okay, everybody, there it is. I did add a little bit of water at the end to give a little bit more juice. So, yeah, let me stir it. There it is, Spanish bean soup. Now, okay, I'll give you a little bit of a heads up if when you get ready to serve it and it's still a little bit more watery, add just a little handful of instant potatoes. What it does, it thickens it up. So, doesn't change the flavor, all it is reduced potatoes, so you're right back in that. So, but yeah, I'll show you a little bit in a bowl right now. All right, there it is, Spanish bean soup with a Cuban. Hope you enjoyed that Spanish bean soup. It's really good. The reason why we make so much of it, we do share it, but we also freeze it. You can freeze it and thaw it out. It is the middle of August, but it's something we wanted to try. So Spanish bean soup, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching Cooking with the Kid. Please subscribe, like, and encourage others to do the same. And we appreciate all your support, and we'll continue to bring you recipes you may want to try. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. God bless you all. Goodbye.